see you too. So, it's so good to see you, honey. I don't do this. Make somebody sick. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I think that's good.
Okay. Well, I do want to thank you all for letting me be here this morning to talk to you about this. Now, if you look at these two photos, I think most of us know this first photo. It was a photo of a surgery done right here at Vanderbilt University Medical Center on a fetus of 21 weeks gestation, and the finger of that baby is on the the hand of that baby is on the finger of the surgeon. Now, the lower picture was taken in 2013 in Arizona, and that was during the cesarean section to give birth to this little baby girl, and she literally did reach out and grab the doctor's finger, and he called the daddy over, and the daddy took the photo. So, I stand before you today to say that the legalization, or the government sanctioning, of the taking of the lives of the most helpless of our society, the unborn, has created a general devaluing of life in our society across the lifespan from the cradle to the grave. From assisted suicide with Dr. Kevorkian, to a euthanasia with Terry Schiavo, to the current open season on our law enforcement officers, I believe it's all rooted in the devaluing of the lives of the unborn. You know, abortion was legalized in 1973 with Roe v. Wade. And Francis Beckwith writes that in that decision, Justice Blackmun stated that if the suggestion of personhood is established, the appellate's case of course collapses, for the fetus right to life is then guaranteed specifically by the 14th Amendment. Yet the government and abortion proponents continue to claim that the unborn are not human. I ask this of you today. If left intact in the womb, can the unborn human fetus grow into anything other than a human? Can it become a dog, a fish, a cat, a monkey? Of course not. Then it must be human. Therefore, it should be protected under the 14th Amendment. Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee." How can you know someone if they're not a human being? In 1973, there were 744.6 abortions per 1,000 women aged 15 to 44. In 1976, that number had grown to 1,115 abortions per 1,000 women. Bob Morrison, in his article, "Abortion, A Wound in America's Conscience," points out that trivialization of abortion statistics by the media, the way they state it as 1.2 million. You hear the number 1.2 and it sounds small. If you hear the full number, 1,200,000 babies aborted each year. It sounds much larger that way, doesn't it? So they try to conceal the true number. He also points out the annual loss of life to abortion is more than the population of any of these 10 cities, major cities in the United States. These are the populations as of 2013 census. That is more human life than any one of these 10 cities. And now I want to show you this statistic. This is the population of our city, Nashville, Tennessee, in 2013. There are more abortions than the number of people in Nashville, Tennessee every year. We could wipe out this city and still not match the number of abortions performed in 1 year. Archbishop Daniel Kucera, in his article, "Abortion and the Unraveling of American Society," calls abortion a cancer on the American society, eating away at the values and moral principles that have sustained this country for 200 years. We can see the slide down the slippery slope. In 1982, the first legal occurrence of euthanasia occurred when the court committed the death by starvation of a handicapped infant. In 1990, Dr. Jack Kevorkian began his decade-long practice of assisted suicide, and approximately 130 patients died with his help during that time, and it wasn't even legal when he started. The first state to legalize assisted suicide was Oregon in 1997. Now it's legal in 5 states. Cheryl K. Smith, in an article in 1993, claimed that assisted suicide for the terminally ill was, quote, occurring outside of the law throughout the United States. Terry Schiavo, in 2005, after a decade-long battle between her family and her husband, was taken off the feeding tube and allowed to starve to death. And it took 2 weeks for her to starve. This was a highly publicized case of euthanasia. And today we have the Black Lives Matter movement with the gunning down of our law enforcement officers. Yet the latest statistics from 2012 in the U.S. Census shows that in 2007, if their statistics in abortion by race show that 48.2% of abortions were black babies. Only 13.8% were white babies. If Black Lives Matter, why don't they fight to repeal the abortion laws? There are more black babies killed by abortion than blacks by any police enforcement agency in this country. Ronald Reagan in 1983 stated, "The philosophical premises used to justify abortion on demand would ultimately be used to justify other attacks on the sacredness of life." Sadly, from abortion, including partial birth abortion, to assisted suicide, to euthanasia, to the gunning down of law enforcement officers, it appears that we are losing this war. We must fight to restore the sanctity of human life.
Amen. You did great. Good.